Well, there you had it. We actually just witnessed one of the greatest Champions League semifinals of all time and in history. What a game that was. PSG Bayern 5-4, a win for PSG by the odd goal in Paris. And now we head to Munich next week so we can check who's going to advance into the final. It's going to be a very interesting second leg. There's a lot to unpack in here. It was a great and an amazing game to watch. For someone who supports either team or for the neutral fan, I think this was actually one of the greatest games that we witnessed this season, if not in the history of this tournament. What a game. The high level in attack and defense. And I've heard, like, some people might say, well, why aren't they defending, or you need to defend better? But come on, I mean, with an attacking line like Bayern and an attacking line like PSG, I mean, even if you stack up your entire defense, you're still going to concede. And maybe it might be even worse if you just defend and do nothing else. So that was an amazing game that we witnessed. Apart from the penalty, the PSG penalty, I felt that was not really one that was supposed to be given to PSG. The ball deflected off of Davies' body, then went into his hand. There's no way that he can have enough time to actually move his hand out of the way and react. And according to the law, at least to my knowledge, that if it deflects off of the body and it's really too close and it's almost a natural position of the hand, then that should never been given as a handball. And I think the VAR team actually called the referee, because they're like, this could be given and could not, and it's probably your call. So we're not going to take responsibility. We're just going to let you take a look at it. And I think the referee did the wrong decision. Even when it comes to Bayern's penalty, it could be questioned, but the contact is there, so that one is actually a little bit closer. I think both of them could have probably not been given, but the second one, I mean, PSG's penalty, that should have never been given to PSG. With that aside, that was one of the greatest games that I've ever watched in my life. Everything happened. Everybody knew that this game was going to be special. Everybody knew that it could go any way, because in the quality that these both teams have, I mean, look at PSG. They have Ousmane Dembele, they have Doué, and they have Varadona, right? And they also have Joao Neves and Zaire Emery, and who else is, of course, Vitinha. So that's an amazing midfield with an insane attack. So that's the least you would expect from a team with this quality. And then you have Nuno Mendes and Hakimi on the flanks. I mean, the fullbacks, they're definitely, like, arguably one of the best in the world today. And then they have a really good defense and a decent goalkeeper. So you would expect nothing less than what you've seen. And I actually have to I have to talk about the bench of PSG, because PSG's bench is much better than Bayern's, with Bayern's injury problems. They have Fabian Ruiz, which, in my opinion, if he was not sidelined for injury for a long time now, he would have probably been a starter in this game, because Fabian Ruiz is one of the greatest midfielders in the world today. And if you look at last season, you would know what I'm talking about. So I think, I mean, maybe Ousmane could have scored 2 easy goals in the first half, or easier 1v1s in the first half. His finishing was not too standard, especially with someone as good as Ousmane. But then when he scored the other one, I mean, he chose the impossible finish, or the hard finish, and then he did it with class that left Neuer he couldn't move. And that, I mean, you should give him the credit for that. And he stayed composed and scored the penalty. And Due and even Barcola on the bench. Like just like I was saying, they have a great bench. They have a really solid bench, and they have players that could have answers if the ones on the field did not perform. Now we know that everybody performed on the field, besides the subs that were just tactical. Speaking about Davis, I'm pretty sure that he was not fit and maybe a little bit injured. That's why he did not start the second half for Bayern. And it's definitely not about the penalty, because that's honestly not a penalty in the first place. When it comes to Bayern, they started the game really well. I think that Michael Olise could have scored. He had that through ball that was really low on the ground, and he just took his time. Then he controlled it, and then he shot the ball towards the goalie, and it deflected and went off to a corner. Now, that one, I think if he took the first touch in the way that he turned around his body and just shot it, that would have definitely been a goal as well. We've seen really decent chances for both teams. I think at the end of the day, it's probably a fair result. Maybe a draw would have been the fairer result, but it is what it is. This is how this game is played, and sometimes the referees make some mistakes. Sometimes it goes to this team, and sometimes it goes into the favor of the other one. It's not an excuse, in my opinion, with VAR, but it is what it is. That's what the final score is, 5-4 for PSG. I'm really happy to see Upamecano scoring, because I think if you look at the last game against Real Madrid, he was really close in a couple of occasions that he should have scored as well. And today, although it was maybe just a tiny little bit touch on Kimmich's cross, and yeah, I mean, what a great game. The through balls from Kimmich, the through ball from Harry Kane to Luis Diaz. I mean, that was insane, man. That's why Harry Kane is the best attacker in the world. Not too many real forwards left in the world, because most of them are like a hybrid winger attacker, and the ones that are really like number 9 are probably the Kanes, the Haalands, and there are not many other players left that play the number 9 forward. So Harry Kane, with what he brings on the pitch, I mean, he is not just number 9, but he is also at the same time, he's a perfect 9. He's a perfect number 9. He does everything, the headers, the shots. He moves out of his position. He opens up the spaces for the other players. He goes back. He has great through balls. He has great crosses. And I'm sure if you watched Harry Kane at Tottenham Spurs, you would know how great his through balls and crosses as well, when he had the chance to go back a lot more. But maybe because Spurs played with maybe a lower block, that you would have seen that much more than he does that with Bayern. But today, when they played against a team that can transition really quick from the back to the front, you could have seen what Harry Kane is capable of. Overall, it was an amazing game. I thought all the players played well. I mean, Kvaratskhelia, that guy is from another planet. And when people talk, sometimes some players get more credit than others based off the team they play for, or the national team, or based off of some of the games where they shine. Like, for an example, Michael Olise, when they played against Real Madrid in the semis, and then someone like Vara doesn't play for, he only plays for Georgia on the international scene, and he plays for PSG. And sometimes I feel like he does not get enough credit for how amazing of a player he is. I mean, imagine if you had Olise and Gvara on the same team, each one on each wing. I mean, that would be insane. Overall, I thought it was a great game. I don't know what we're going to expect from both teams to give us in the second leg in Munich. I think it's going to be a firecracker for everyone to watch. I can't tell you guys whether it's going to go this way or that, because anything is possible in this beautiful game. but I'm pretty sure that they just gave us one of the best games that we've ever seen. And actually, I would love to hear what you guys think and what you thought about the game. And until next time, I hope I see you again. This is Yanel from Outside the Box, where you're in the heart of the game.